So this may be the final part of Detective D. I don't know how long this is. If it's short, it's gonna be sad. But anyway, let's get started. So we finally faced the killer. Turns out that he was... I don't even know if he was really a lover. But he was definitely obsessed with Sun Ying, the young woman who killed herself in the prologue. And apparently she was an assassin who made it seem like that it was a love affair gone wrong. But in actuality, the whole thing was staged. And because Empress Wu and 4 chosen women, 4 women that she chose. When I say chosen, she chose these women. Their whole goal was to get Empress Wu into power. This is something that should be expected by everyone. When I say expected, the throne in at least, well, truly all over the world, it's always been fought over. There's always political intrigue and plots and stuff and coups. There were those that were successful, and then there were those that were not. So in this one, for this takeover, her husband was already dying. I believe that he did die of natural causes. But Empress Wu did really take power. And it does happen. It really it happens quite often. You should expect this kind of drama. But anyway, so she and her 4 chosen women hatch this plot so she can get into power, and one of them would have to sacrifice her life in order to tie up the loose ends, but in order for Empress Wu to take power. And so now we're going to finally hear the truth from Empress Wu. And it's funny, because I was like struggling with this lock because of this riddle, where it's like, it just straight up said earth, fire, and water. Di Renji, you're here? How did you find me? I followed Han Xidong's trail. So you know about him. Yes, I also know about the silk roses and Sun Ying. Then we have much to talk about, but not here, not now. You're right, I will not delay your rescue if you can make me a promise. A promise? How dare you negotiate with me? I simply want to know the truth. I think I've earned it. If we make it out of here, allow me one more audience with you, but no more secrets, no more lies. Minister Wong and my husband were right. You are quite extraordinary, Di Renji. Very well, you will have your answers. You have my word. Now get me out of here. Drown her! Ooh. Terracotta soldiers? These storm warriors have been stripped clean of their weapons. To an inner chamber. Wooden tablet. Oddly, there's no text on this tablet. But why are there wavy lines all across its surface? All around its surface? Yizong was Emperor Gaozong and Consort Wu's firstborn son. He was the crown prince and heir to the throne, but he did not live to see his 24th birthday. His mysterious death further ignited rumors of foul play within the royal family. His coffin lacks any markings or decorations, perhaps a sign of the mystery that surrounded his premature death. Darn it. What if this tablet was soaked with water? The characters on this tablet were painted on with some kind of water repellent. The water has darkened the wood and revealed the dry symbols in the process. They are water, fire, and metal. What does that mean? Water, fire, and metal? Water, fire, and metal. What's that supposed to mean? We're all going to die. Hello? Help me. I can't help you if I can't figure things out. Am I supposed to find... What the heck am I supposed to look for? It would help me. Okay, so I'm stuck trying to figure out how to get this woman out. It would help me! Apparently I'm missing something. It's something's supposed to be inside the tomb. Water, fire, and metal. Sorry, Empress Wu, we're just all gonna die. Because I can't figure out where the heck what to do next. Where the heck is it? What am I supposed to look for? I hate you. I might actually have to cheat, because I don't understand what the hell I'm missing. I'm gonna hate having to cheat. I am so sorry that I don't have the integrity to, like, figure this out on my own. But it's like, what the hell am I missing that could help her get out? I found this freaking wood tablet. It says water, fire, metal. That's all it says. What does that mean? Well, not water, metal, fire. Or fire, water, fire, metal? I forget. Water, fire, metal. That's what it is. Water, fire, metal. I'm so mad. I can't figure this out. It has to be something in the tomb that I'm missing, but it's like... So it has to be something in the tomb. Something I'm missing. Ugh, that's... If there's something that is too freaking tiny to pay attention to... Okay. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, I'm cheating. I'm so freaking cheating. This is so ridiculous. I bet it's gonna be something stupid, too. I cannot figure this out. So, time for cheating. Are you freaking kidding me? Apparently, there's supposed to be some... wall panel. How the heck am I supposed to see the wall panel? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, cheating again. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, now I see my problem. Apparently, there was something I forgot to pick up. Screw this game! Okay. This. That's what I was supposed to pick up. This is ridiculous. So yeah, this all happened because I didn't, like, notice that there was an item I was supposed to pick up. Mother crappit. Give me that. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Well, hold on, let's look at the tablet again. Draw these symbols. I'll always remember the kanji. I think it's called kanji. Or is it called Hanzi? Point is, I'll always remember the symbol for fire. It's a panel with 3 brass wheels. Oh. Water. Fire. Metal. I think something is happening. Why does everything have to shake? Finally. And then he just picks up Yao. She's in my arms, he says. A short time later. I suppose I should thank you for saving my life, Direnji. You suppose? But then again, I seem to remember you questioning my authority twice since your arrival. Perhaps you should be the one thankful you're still a free man. With all due respect, Your Majesty, inaction in the face of injustice is no freedom at all. What use is the mantle you've given me if I cannot perform my duty to maintain order? What do you know of order? Do you know how many times I've averted chaos from behind the cloak of obscurity? Our history is full of despicable rulers, callous men who cared for nothing but their own vanity. Do you really think I was the first person with power to ever wield a covert police force, or that I was the first to use fear as a weapon? We all have choices to make. I've made mine, and I accept whatever consequences they may bring upon me. But do you accept responsibility for fostering the environment of hatred and secrecy that unleashed Han Sidong? You had a hand in creating the monster that he became. The path of fear and intimidation you speak of leads only to death and revolt. And what would you have me do? Sit idly while countless snakes encircle me, waiting for their chance to strike? I am but a lowly servant in a vast imperial court. I do not presume to have all the solutions. But I do know this. If we cannot hold firm to our beliefs in times of adversity, then what meaning is there in holding them at all? I trust your Majesty will do the right thing. My only wish now is to bring this case to an end. I need to hear the truth from you. Very well, I will keep my promise. You have my attention. It was you who formed the Silk Rose Assassins. Why did you do it? My husband Gao Zong was becoming weaker with each passing day. He was deteriorating both mentally and physically. Unless I took charge, others would have stolen away what was rightfully mine. I couldn't let that happen. Whether anyone believes it or not, the throne was my destiny. So I formed the Silk Roses in order to control my own fate. Those women were like sisters to me. I chose them because they were loyal, beautiful, deadly. Today, one last member joins our ranks. By doing so, she swears to live by our code of sacrifice, solidarity, and sisterhood. You represent my clearest eyes, my sharpest ears, and my swiftest hands. You may operate in the shadows, but your impact will be felt for generations to come. For far too long, our voices have been trampled, but now we will be heard. May you be as fluid and enthralling as the purest of silks, as exquisite and fiery as the reddest of roses, and when the time comes, may the silk run red. Sacrifice, solidarity, and sisterhood! They were like family to me. You could never understand. Sun Ying was the first Silk Rose, wasn't she? Did you order her suicide? Sun Ying was the first and the best, but that wasn't what made her special. She was unique because she believed in me more than anyone ever did. Sometimes I think she believed in me more than I believed in myself. The assassination of Ambassador Choi was never meant to be her last mission, but she insisted that it was the only way, so she killed herself on purpose. She planned all of it. The setup, the timing, the ending. She even planned your involvement. My involvement? She had done her research. A young, newly appointed magistrate, eager and inexperienced. You were the perfect investigator for the case. But I suppose she underestimated you. I suppose we all did. What do you know about Han Sidong? Not nearly enough, apparently. When I first met Su Ying, she told me about a boy from her childhood. He adored her, followed her everywhere. That boy was weak. He was no match for her strength and intelligence. He was a setback waiting to happen. That's why you asked her to cast him aside. I asked her to rid herself of things that could endanger the cause. I never imagined he was capable of such destruction. Why use women's script to communicate? I had heard rumors of a secret language passed on from mother to daughter many years ago, but at the time I did not understand its power. I had lived a privileged life, but then I imagined a world in which I was forbidden to learn how to read or write. If I was to succeed, it only seemed fitting that I use women's script to vanquish the naysayers. After all, my sisters are my allies. Thank you, Your Majesty. You spoke when you could have stayed silent. And you, Di Rinji? Will you repeat the story of the Silk Roses? Will you tell of my past misdeeds? Han Sidong's final wish is for me to tell his story to the world, but his is a story of fear and loathing. What are you saying? You were right about one thing, Your Majesty. You were not the only, nor will you be the last ruler to justify the use of extreme measures. But one thing now sets you apart. These 4 dead women will forever claim a piece of your conscience, and I believe you will honor their sacrifice. For that reason, I will not speak of the Silk Roses beyond these walls. The people deserve better. They deserve hope. The rest, Your Majesty, is up to you. She's floored. Let him pass. Magistrate D has work to do. The Justice Department needs him. They're like, darn it! We practiced this for months! Got the last achievement! I guess, if we had done the wrong thing, we would have died. That night, by the Dream Pagoda. Back here again. But it feels different this time. Something's changed. Hi, mystical deer. Are you gonna make us play the song again? Ahem. I will miss you, D. Ringy. Is this a farewell? For a little while. But tell me, you solved the case, yet your heart still does not rest. Why? How can I rest when I know I could have done more? Han Sedong was right. From the very beginning, I was fooled into believing that I knew my mission and those I could trust. But the truth eluded me. I believed that it was the Empress who needed saving. But it was Sun Ying who haunted me all along. It was I who needed redemption for my failure in Penglai, my failure to prevent her death. Had I done so, Han Sedong would never have turned into a killer, and perhaps the other roses would have been spared. Greatness cannot be untangled from responsibility and guilt, for not all those in need of saving can be rescued. Well, that was a frickin' stab in the heart. Thank you, dear. But where does it all lead? Take the first step and the second will follow, and so on and so forth. In time you will find your path to glory. Rise now to the peak. She is waiting. Thank you, friend. So we could have died. I'm getting that feeling that we could have died. I want you to know that I tried my best to save you and the others. Perhaps to some degree we all have blood on our hands. That's something I will have to live with for the rest of my life. But I've come to accept that some of us aren't meant to find peace. Some of us must stand alone, on guard, ready for the next wrong to be made right, ready to shoulder the heaviest of burdens. That is my responsibility, my duty. I understand that now, and I intend to bear it with all my power. I hope that they make a sequel to this. May you rest in peace, Sun Ying. I hope they make a sequel. We need a sequel to this. Detective D. The Silk Rose Murders. Written, developed, and designed by Min Ta. Well, I finished this pretty quick, actually. There needs to be a sequel. I want to see more adventures of Detective D. So that's a shocker. Sun Ying actually killed herself on purpose because she was that devoted to the cause. I wonder what I really do want to replay again, just to see what happens if we say I doubt. But this was actually a very good game, in my opinion. Story rich. There were times I had trouble, but that was mostly because of well, that one riddle was very hard for me. I could figure yeah, that one riddle in the library was hard. And that is the end. Woo! So yeah, we only had 30 minutes left. Amazing, right? I don't want to end the video here, but it's only been unless I talk for 30 minutes, there's nothing else to do. But definitely I rate this as a very good game, storytelling wise. And it did do some cliches. But the thing is, cliches are not actually bad as long as they're used effectively. But there were things that I didn't anticipate. I totally thought Su Ying didn't kill herself on purpose. That she, somebody ordered her to, or she, or somebody killed her and made it look like that was a suicide. But, turns out that she was so devoted to the cause that she actually planned out everything, even her own death. I will have to agree, though, that the Han Xidong is weak. I mean, he immediately says, I'm gonna freaking kill everyone. Well, he wasn't gonna kill everyone, but he, you know, it wasn't, yes, she chose Sun Ying, but it was Sun Ying's decision to kill herself. So, so Empress Wu wasn't the monster that he thought she was. She didn't make Sun Ying do anything that Sun Ying wasn't willing to do herself. But yeah, there needs to be a sequel to this. I really hope that they make a sequel to Detective D. It came out, I think, sometime in last year, so hopefully there will be a sequel in the future. I would love to see what other cases Detective D goes on. Because I want to see him develop as a character. I'm interested in him as a character. But yeah, this is his origin story. How he solved the first case, the Silk Rose murders. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. And I definitely think that this game has replay value. Just for the story alone, it has replay value. And I do like the conversations with the characters and stuff. And it doesn't pull its punches either from the conversation, which is something else that I like. For example, was it Yuan Kiki stabbed Han Xidong in the neck? And it showed it on screen. That's a thing. So it's they didn't try to necessarily hide anything from us in terms how serious this whole situation was, which I appreciate. So this is definitely not a game for kids. Probably people in their late teens and up. But yeah. I enjoyed this, and I will totally replay this again. I will definitely replay this again as a speed run, because that's going to be interesting. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and let's see, what game that we'll do next is Celeste, I believe. I'm still trying to figure out Siberia 3, but we're going to do Celeste. So, let's see. Hold on, let me think about this. When was this ending? So Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday. So this is actually going to be up on Sunday. So actually, I need to do some Nancy Drew, do a Nancy Drew speed run, and then the following Sunday will be some Celeste. But that's it for now. So bye, peeps.